Hi, I'm Nick Nanton, and welcome to America's Premier Experts, the one and only place where we bring the top experts from all around the world directly to you. And I've got just one of those experts today, my good friend Gerald Lucas. Gerald, welcome to the show.
Hey, great to be here.
Awesome, man. So obviously we've hung out a lot. I know a lot about what you do. You're a master in your industry, but our viewers don't know the same thing. So why don't you start out by telling them a little bit about what you do?
Okay, my name is Gerald Lucas. I'm a real estate investor, author, and coach. My company is called Performance Property. I've been investing in real estate for almost 15 years, and I'll tell you a little bit about my background and how I got into real estate. For as long as I can remember, I've been a serial entrepreneur. So when I was 4 years old, I saw a little price tag in a children's book I was reading, and I proceeded to copy the entire book, page by page, words and pictures, and then I went door to door in my neighborhood trying to sell my book to neighbors. So I guess that was my first failed business venture. Then I started a landscaping company that I ran until I graduated from high school. When I graduated from high school, like a lot of people, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. But I think sort of in the back of my mind, I knew I wanted to run my own business. But before I actually got into real estate, I had about at least half a dozen other jobs that I tried. But when I got accepted into MIT's business program, I decided to focus on entrepreneurship. So I wrote business plans for other entrepreneurs while I was there. I worked with an internet startup company that manufactured internet kiosks. And I graduated in the middle of the dot-com boom, so I worked for different internet companies. And then I started kind of as a real estate investor unintentionally with a little help from my mom. So my mom, who's an accountant, had been bugging me about buying a house. She was thinking about write-offs and tax write-offs, and I thought it was a good idea, but I was putting it off. And she came to visit me during her week off from work. She found a real estate agent. We looked at some properties. I had no savings, but I put an offer in for a small tenant-occupied condo. And when it was accepted, I had to actually use a cash advance on a credit card to come up with the down payment and the closing costs. But as I was waiting for my tenant's lease to expire, I noticed that my tenant was, the rent that he was paying was a lot lower than other similar condos in the area. So then I thought to myself, if he was paying the same amount that everyone else was paying, his rent would cover my mortgage, cover my condo fees, and leave me with some extra money left over every month. And then like a light bulb went off in my head. And I thought, wow, I think I've discovered a viable path to financial freedom. So then I became really passionate about real estate. I started reading as much stuff as I could about real estate, listening to audio tapes, whatever, but I felt like I didn't have the knowledge that I needed. But I'm really glad that I invested in that knowledge, because that's really helped me a lot through my career. So then I fast forward 10 plus years now. My goal, and my company Performance Property's goal, is to help other people achieve financial freedom for themselves.
That's awesome.
Through real estate, yeah.
That's great. So let's talk about that for a second. So you have this mission to help other people get financial freedom through real estate, which is great. Now let's talk about how you do that, because there's probably a lot of people at home on the couch saying, that sounds great, but I don't know where to start. And you had a mom who encouraged you, and you kind of took a leap of blind faith, thinking, all right, well, why not? You're probably young enough to do that, right? But a lot of people might say, I'm not in that position. So let's talk about how you do it and how you help them get there.
Well, financial freedom means different things to different people. So at my company, Performance Property, we help some people achieve financial freedom by acquiring rental property. Other people, we've helped get rid of property that had become a financial drain or burden to them. And I've coached hundreds of people how to earn extra money in real estate that they then use to, for example, put money away for retirement, or pay off credit card debt, or in some cases, say, invest in a college fund for one of their kids.
That's great. That's a great idea. And all those, I know people who start out with one property, and then as they take on a couple more because they start getting into it, it's funny how those little bits of cash flow really add up and eventually can replace the income of a job, far surpass it actually, right?
Absolutely. And see, the great thing about it is that, we help people who, ultimately want to become, say, full-time real estate investors like me, or other people just want to earn some extra money. So you can do whatever you want. And I really tried to, with coaching and everything else, take a personalized approach rather than force people to fit into a mold. We let them sort of decide based on what their goals and objectives are, and then work from there.
That's great. Now, I know you have lots of success stories from helping lots of people, but do you have maybe one favorite one or a couple you can share with us?
Yeah, I'll tell you about one of my coaching students. When she approached me, she was interested in buying a bank-owned property and then fixing it up and renting it. And when she first approached me, she was a little anxious. She wasn't sure of herself. And I've helped a lot of students who didn't have any experience. Like I said, I start out all coaching relationships, getting to know them so that I can figure out, what they want to do, and then I try to tailor the coaching sessions so that we focus on them achieving their goals. So we break our problems down into manageable pieces. I helped her, get her marketing together, build her buyers list, and before long, although she was a little frightened and anxious at first, she was wheeling and dealing like a pro. So in 3 months, she bought 2 bank-owned properties. One she renovated and sold for a $20,000 profit. Yeah. And the other one, she renovated and kept as a rental property.
That's great. And so I know there's going to be lots of people watching this who say, all right, I'm in, Gerald. How do they find you?
Well, you can reach me at on my website at performanceproperty.com. And we're also on Facebook at facebook.com/performancepropertyllc.
Great. We'll make sure that pops up on the bottom of the screen and people can find you. But most importantly, thanks a ton for what you're doing for other people, and thanks for sharing your knowledge here on the show.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure.
It's great to have you.
Hey, thanks.